In this report, dear viewers, we have a story about a less-known slave woman, Areeb the Mamunye, a slave girl of exquisite beauty who played with the hearts of 8 Muslim caliphs, some of whom would even kiss her feet because of her extraordinary beauty. Her impeccable survival skills closely remind those of Hurrem's sultan, even though she had lived multiple centuries before her. Our video today from our channel Harem Motivation is about Areeb al-Maʻmuniyya. Why was this slave girl called Areeb special? You may ask. Areeb was a slave girl in the Abbasid Baghdad who was beautiful and of stunning appearance, and she was among the slave women from the northern Persian lands. She possessed a great degree of beauty and learned to sing in the Abbasid court. He quickly became a cherished artist of the court and sang 1,000 different songs. She broke the restrictions imposed on women at that time, seduced 8 Muslim successors, and even had her own young lovers that she was seen secretly. She participated in gatherings of literature and fought alongside the greatest scholars and poets, and is to this day a true cultural legend of Abbasid Baghdad. Ishaq al-Masali, who was nicknamed the King of Music in Baghdad, acknowledged the beauty of her voice and her exceptional distinction in singing, poetry, and composition. It was not only her voice that made her a legend to this day, but also her mind and her poetry. She wrote poetry masterfully, satirizing those she hated with intelligence and flirting with those she loved with elegance and beauty. In one of her famous verses, she used her own name in a clever wordplay, saying, "Why should I not weep while tears flow from me when I have been separated from my Areeb?" As if she is not the speaker here, but another person who is crying over her separation. Therefore, dear viewers, we can't help but wonder, how many men in Baghdad wept over the separation from this slave woman Areeb? How many caliphs tried to possess her yet couldn't? One could say she remained unattainable to all because, as I told you, she praised everyone and did not give her heart to any of them. She was merely a concubine, a slave woman, a Qiyan or a singer consort, but found herself in the arms of 8 caliphs across the ages. Areeb was born enslaved, a Jariya, not free and not Arab by origin. Most accounts describe her as Persian or Rumi, born around the year 797, equivalent to the year 181 in the Islamic calendar, either in Baghdad or brought there very young. Her origins are unclear. Some say she was the daughter of a Turkish commander, others that her mother was a Persian slave woman named Mamara, and her father unknown. What is certain is that she was sold early and entered the Abbasid elite world as a young girl. From a young age, her intelligence and quick learning were noticed, and she was trained like other gifted Qiyans in singing, poetry, adab, conversation, and etiquette. Her sweet and powerful voice soon set her apart. She was eventually sold to Caliph Al-Amin, and inside the Abbasid palace, amid luxury and moral debauchery, she received the finest artistic education of her time, trained by the greatest musicians, including Ishaq al-Masili. But what made Areeb exceptional was not only beauty or voice, it was her intellect, presence, and ability to captivate the court itself. The first caliph drawn into Areeb's orbit was Al-Amin. Her talent made him obsessed with her, preferring her over all other slave women. He spent days and nights with her without leaving their chamber, to the point that he, the governor of the Islamic Caliphate, even kissed her feet. Areeb herself said that after the caliph of the Muslims kissed her feet, she would not wash them except with rose water, and she kept this habit until her death. Soon after, she became the first singer of the palace, always present in Al-Amin's gatherings, performing alongside the greatest musicians. What truly set her apart was her boldness. She debated scholars and poets openly, something rare and almost unheard of for a slave woman. Even after Al-Amin, son of Harun al-Rashid, was killed by his brother al-Mamun, Areeb did not disappear. She stayed in the court as a consort. After the death of this caliph, a second one will join the list of the caliphs that Areeb seduced, Caliph al-Mamun. She became so closely attached to the Caliph al-Mamun that she was called al-Maʻmuniyya. He gave her access to his bed, secrets, fame, and money. During this same time, Areeb fell in love with a handsome young man named Muhammad ibn Hamid and would risk her life to go meet him, deceiving Caliph al-Mamun, until she became pregnant by him and gave birth to a daughter. When this news reached al-Mamun, he married the two on the condition that he would still bring Areeb to the court at specified times to sing and dance. In fact, the Abbasid harem did not work like the Ottoman one. Areeb was a Qiyan singing jariyah, not a dynastic concubine whose body was guarded for lineage. When al-Mamun learned about her affair, this was not an honor crime for him at all, and he only saw it as a legal problem of ownership over her. A slave woman did not carry the same zina rules as a free wife, and punishing her would have been not religiously necessary. We may conclude that what al-Mamun praised in Areeb was her voice and culture, and not sexual exclusivity, unlike Ottoman sultanas. After al-Mamun was also killed, Aqil very surprisingly continued being a consort in the Abbasid court. She next became the consort of al-Mutasim, then al-Watiq, then al-Mutawakkil, then al-Muntasir, then al-Musta'in, and then al-Mutaz. Dear viewers, being a Qiyan, a court singer, meant sexual access was possible, but not automatic with every ruler. So it is not confirmed with 100% certainty that she was sexually involved with all 8 caliphs, but it is strongly suggested. In fact, it is recorded that Areeb herself said, "I entered the private chambers of 8 caliphs, and I did not desire any of them except al-Mutaz, because he resembled Abu Isa ibn Rashid," suggesting she was involved with them. Despite her prominence in the Abbasid court, Areeb kept a special place in her heart for lovers as well that she had a number of. She married twice and bore children. This slave woman accompanied the 8 caliphs, had sexual relations with them, and praised them in her poetry. Areeb continued her life inside the Abbasid palaces, moving between 8 Abbasid caliphs as we've advanced. During the reign of Caliph al-Mutawakkil, her star began to fade. Naturally, with advancing age, but she did not lose her status as an artist and an intellectual. She was never sold, discarded, or married off, which was unusual for an enslaved woman. As she grew older, it seems she withdrew somewhat from palace life and began to devote her time to writing and composition. It is unclear if she was ever set free or remained a Qiyan her entire life, but because it is reported that Areeb stayed in the court until her old age, Areeb probably have remained legally a jariyah because that status allowed court performance without raising religious objections. Until we meet again in a new historical facts video, farewell, dear viewer.